says the number of undocumented Jamaicans poses significant problems to the country.
While deportation is not a new phenomenon, the volume which is now presenting itself poses significant problems to the country in terms of crime management and social services, as well as pressure on our already fragile economy. To date, while the minister has issued a statement saying that the government is considering a plan, we still have not heard the key elements of what will be put in place to minimize the negative effects on our country. Therefore, we ask the government to outline a plan of absorption of the deported individuals into the country via a multi-ministry/agency approach, which will protect security interests while providing avenues for these nationals to reintegrate successfully.
Christopher Henry, Deputy Spokesperson on Foreign and Regional Affairs.
Government Senator Abka Fitzhenley has slammed as corrupt a leaked voice note of PNP General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell suggesting that the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, KSAMC, disbursed cash strategically to assist PNP caretakers. This in anticipation that 2 by-elections were to be called soon. Fitzhenley made the comment during his contribution to the State of the Nation debate in the Upper House today. During the debate, Senator Fitzhenley called for Dr. Campbell to step down as a commissioner of the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, ECJ. Siobhan Campbell reports.
Senator Fitzhenley told the State of the Nation debate that audio in which Dr. Campbell may be heard responding to an inquiry from then PNP caretaker for Central Kingston, Lawrence Rowe, about why he only received $300,000 in December last year from the KSAMC when other PNP caretakers received $500,000 is cause for major concern.
The General Secretary of the Opposition Party was asked about why the KSAMC allocated more resources in cash to some caretakers and MPs as opposed to other caretakers and MPs from the opposition party. And as opposed to saying, no, the KSAC is not in that business of giving monies or cash to caretakers, the CEO of the opposition party, which aspires to lead Jamaica, said, I can't tell you why that happened. That's because they put more money in divisions where we are going to have by-election. Can you imagine that, sir?
Senator Fitzhenley says the Lawrence Rowe Dayton Campbell saga is evidence of organized criminality within the PNP Secretariat and the Andrew Sraby-led KSAMC.
And we're told as well, in the media of conversations between a former councillor who now serves as an administrative staffer to Kingston's mayor, where the admin staffer told the caretaker, come collect cash, and commented, note well, the public should not know about this. Why? No, Mr. President, you are a well-known exponent of the criminal law. In fact, I'd say you are among the leading exponents of the criminal law in Jamaica. And you would very well know, sir, that that sort of treatment of public funds is unlawful and corrupt. In fact, this scandal which has hit the PNP Secretariat and the leadership of the KSAMC is not just corruption, sir. It is institutionalized, organized crime which entire Jamaica must condemn.
Fitzhenley says Dr. Campbell should call time on his tenure as a commissioner of the ECJ.
But the General Secretary of the opposition party happens to be a member of an illustrious institution, which is very important to the good functioning of the democratic processes in Jamaica, the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, where he incidentally would serve as an ombudsman. I believe, sir, that it would be appropriate for Dr. Dayton Campbell to resign as a commissioner of the Electoral Commission of Jamaica. Given the magnitude of this corruption scandal in which he's deeply mired.
Siobhan Campbell for Nationwide News.
In the meantime, Opposition Senator Donna Scott Motley says politicians must acknowledge that there's corruption in both parties. She made the comment as she delivered her State of the Nation address in the Upper House on Friday.
You know, Senator Fitzhenley spoke about corruption. And we all have to acknowledge that there is corruption on both sides. There's always been. Nobody has a monopoly on it. But when you come here and you pretend that your side has only done wonderful things for Jamaica, and that your side has never done an act of corruption.
She went further, pointing to Prime Minister Andrew Holness's lack of certification by the Integrity Commission. According to Senator Scott Motley, the JLP cannot pretend their hands are clean.
So you have come such full circle in the protection of the leader. The leader has not been certified. From all accounts, there are matters which are concerning and it cannot be certified. And none of you find a problem with that? Is not one of us, is not just a senator, is not just a parliamentarian. Is a person who sets the moral compass for the entire country. And on top of it, he goes to the court to ask the court to declare a bill which was passed by this government of Jamaica in 2017, piloted by Minister Delroy Chuck, who now criticizes every clause as though he has never read it. The Prime Minister goes to the court to ask the court to declare it unconstitutional.
Senator Donna Scott Motley.
Deputy Mayor and Councillor at the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, the JLP's Delroy Williams, is calling for a thorough investigation and audit following the serious allegations of cash disbursements for partisan purposes. Speaking with Nationwide News on Friday, Mr. Williams says the JLP caucus will leave no stone unturned in pursuing the truth.
Immediately, my immediate reaction to it was one of shock and one that I would say require scrutiny. Certainly, I would say an audit has to be done. An audit has to be done over the period to see, an investigation has to be done, which includes an audit. I would say I myself have requested certain documents to scrutinize over the period, and there are other measures that I would ask for, but at this time I will be meeting with the caucus at JLP Council and to discuss the matter.
The deputy mayor says these reports, if true, raise serious concerns regarding the stewardship and fiscal integrity of the Andrew Swaby-led municipality. He says it concerns the country that less than a year into the stewardship of the PNP at the KSAMC, the integrity of the council has been called into question regarding political nepotism for the second time in 2 months. Councillor Williams says while they understand that the allegations are the subject of investigations, the JLP caucus has an obligation to demand answers of the chairman.
My view is that I welcome the investigation into the matter, and that I would say that I would request an audit. In the news coverage, it was said that there are 2 agencies probing and investigating, and so I think that is a good place to start. But this is a matter of, I would say, one that goes to the foundation of our local government. Our local government system depends on the trust that and the confidence that is in it by the people, and anything that undermines that trust is something that we have to address. And I would say this matter goes to threatens to undermine the very foundation of our system.
Delroy Williams, Deputy Mayor of Kingston.
You're listening to Nationwide News at 5. More news after these.
That's people are look company.
Yeah, the way Dana there try spin the thing now.
she a look company boy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
She not deny what go on for them side.
Yes.
You have to incorporate other things. She said both sides.
Yes. The fact is she can't deny it.
Right.
She have to just succumb to it and accept it. Say it is there right before the eyes of everyone. But she are trying now to make it look like say, yes, man. You see the thing out, you see what them try to do the JLP at all times. Certify the Prime Minister's statutory declaration, right? For some time, then find it as corrupt. Look at that.
Conditions apply. Continuing the news, Deputy Mayor and Councillor at the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Mayor of Kingston and St. Andrew, Andrew Swaby, says his municipal corporation stands ready to cooperate if an anti-corruption probe is to take place into the allegations that it used public funds to shore up the election campaigns for some of its representatives.
As Mayor of Kingston and Chairman of the KSAMC, I wish to reaffirm my commitment to transparency, accountability, and good governance. If an anti-corruption probe is underway, we welcome it and stand ready to cooperate fully as we continue to uphold the highest standard of public service.
In a statement released early on Friday, Mayor Swaby said municipalities do not disperse cash. He says the KSAMC did not authorize or facilitate cash disbursement to any individual. He adds that if any such transaction took place, it was not sanctioned by the corporation and did not involve public funds. Mayor Swaby says the corporation will continue to properly uphold the responsibility of ensuring public funds are spent correctly.
The KSAMC, under my leadership, remains committed to integrity, responsible governance, and the proper management of public resources. As public servants, we are entrusted with ensuring that public funds are used for the benefits of residents of Kingston St. Andrew, and I take this responsibility seriously.
Andrew Swaby, Mayor of Kingston and St. Andrew.
A clash between JLP and PNP councillors brought the annual general meeting of the Association of Local Government Authorities of Jamaica, ALGAJ, in Mandeville to an abrupt end on Friday. The skirmish began when ALGAJ members were set to vote for a new president and vice presidents. The melee resulted in the police being called to the Gulf View Hotel, where the meeting was being held. Joyce Michael reports.
Former Maypenny Mayor and JLP Councillor for the Rocky Point Division in Clarendon, Winston Maraj, is the sitting president of the association. Nationwide news sources say the clash between the councillors was triggered by a disagreement over a motion to move the voting forward on the agenda. PNP councillors reportedly objected, but the motion was carried. The ballot box was then snatched and the microphone grabbed from President Maraj. His left hand was bruised during the melee, and he reportedly sought medical attention. But the PNP caucus of councillors says the meeting ended prematurely because there were significant breaches of procedural rules and constitution. According to ALGA President Aspirant and Councillor of the Hayes Division in Clarendon, C.N. Barneswell, the meeting ended prematurely because of significant breaches of procedural rules and the association's constitution.
In the ALGA Constitution, clause 6 under business of meeting, it states that at least 21 days prior to the date of a fixed AGM, each authority shall be forwarded by the Secretary a resolution on letters as it relates to actually on the agenda. Fine, we'll get the notices. But it went on further to say that a copy of the agenda shall be sent to each council, each municipal corporation at least 5 days before the meeting. I would have seen the agenda just this morning. And as a result, we are saying to the mayor, you have breached the constitution of ALGAJ, and we're asking you for us to have a discussion as laid out and he refused. So as a result, the members said that we cannot proceed.
Barneswell says there were also questions about the financial report.
The president's report and the financial report was not discussed any of that. And the last time we met at this body, it was in 2017, and we have a lot of new councillors here. So we are saying to the president, let us have some conversation about the expenditure of the organization. All that is in the report is just 1 year expenditure, which is 2023-2024. There's no financial report as far back as 2017 as to how the council's subscription has been spent. And the members were trying to get the president, who was chairing the meeting, his attention to respond to these questions. Furthermore, the agenda item, there are some issues on the agenda item which we're asking for it to be corrected as it relates to the timing of the different events, not to the president who was chairing the meeting. Move for suspension of the standing order to move straight into election. And we said, President, you cannot move into an election before we deal with these important matters, which is your report, but more so the financial statement report.
But Maraj later told the journalists that the meeting descended because the PNP councillors were afraid they would lose the vote for the new ALGA president and vice presidents.
The meeting was called to order at precisely 10 o'clock, 10:02 to be exact, and we're going down according to the agenda. Some of the items were cut short because majority of the meeting did not have any questions. The president's report, a 12-page long thing, said they wanted me to go through it. They said no, it was read. The financial report was there, and I asked any questions on the financial report because it was circulated. Everybody got a folder. And they said no questions. Majority of the room was there shouting no questions. And so the next item on the agenda now was the election of officers. However, PNP members thought to themselves that they would have been outvoted at that time. And so they decided to bring the meeting into chaos.
Shalois Michael for Nationwide News.
World in a Minute is brought to you by ABC Electrical Sales. We make things as easy as ABC. Hose assembly and supply, equipping Jamaica for success.
And Charles O'Connor Consulting Network, COCN, driven by international accounting standards, modern technology, and integrity.
The World in a Minute.
Trinidad and Tobago's Commissioner of Police, Erla Harewood Christopher, has been arrested in connection with the importation of 2 high-powered military weapons. The guns, Accuracy International AX-2 bolt-action sniper rifles, and other high-value firearms, along with other high-value firearms and accessories, were acquired for the Strategic Services Agency, SSA. Deputy Police Commissioner Suzette Martin announced her boss's arrest at a media briefing this morning.
The Commissioner of Police, Ms. Erla Harewood Christopher, has been arrested and detained along with ex-SSA Director Roger Best over the past few days. We understand that this has raised significant public concern, and we are committed to providing as much information as possible while respecting the ongoing investigation. An active investigation is proceeding, and I must stress that it is still in progress. We are working closely with the Director of Public Prosecution and the relevant authorities to ensure that due process is followed and that all legal protocols are observed.
Suzette Martin, Deputy Commissioner of Police of Trinidad and Tobago. Commissioner Harewood Christopher was questioned on Thursday afternoon about the procurement process to acquire the weapons. Soon after, reports began circulating online that she had been arrested. The former director of the SSA, retired Major Roger Best, was detained on Wednesday after the authorities searched his home as part of the inquiry. Major Best had been initially questioned last May for the transfer of guns and ammunition, but was later released.
World in a Minute was brought to you by ABC Electrical Sales. We make things as easy.
You hear that? The Commissioner of Police arrested in Trinidad. What a something.
Well, that me I say Churchill, I walk one over there. Way more of them they gone there for.
Why?
Something serious seem like it's brewing there, man.
On Trinidad, I go through a phase of high crime rates.
Well, them have that to deal with, bro. So them have to do that.
Hey, watch out.
Man, I'm a PNP, you know. Is he a PNP?
Let me tell you something. You see, mismanagement of an economy trigger a number of negatives. A number of negatives it trigger. First of all, it go trigger down to corruption. Corruption are the first part of it. And then it move from corruption into crime.
Yeah.
Right? And then all of that put together being poverty. You get me? The whole that come together being poverty, you know. All right. Whenever you start to have poverty in the society, you know what the next step are going to happen? There's no social program. Let me tell you, you have to watch the trend of the thing, you know. That's why Trinidad not trouble right now. The whole kind of country as Trinidad, we have natural resources to live off of, right? To increase their GDP. And then why are they in the situation that they are in right now?
That is trend. Remember, you know, power corrupt absolute power, you know.
Yes, man.
All right.
This man,
yes, slam done the hammer hard pan nail a while ago, you know, brother.
Yeah. What a truth.
Truth you talk.
If you remember,
go ahead, Churchill.
down at Bahamas, the commissioner of police was also forced to resign because of some issue. I don't know if you guys did follow that news some time ago.
Yeah, good look a while, yeah.
All right.
Because of corruption too.
Yeah.
And
You
bribery
have two
and
community. You have two community. You have a community, two community. Let's say you have a gated community where you have upscale people living, right? Build them big mansion and them living at them upscale community. And then you have another community now where you have some poor people live there, so we could shop on the corner, man, sit down and play them in one night time. See? And throw them load the board and all them kind of thing there. All right. When you look at them two communities there now, you can tell, easily tell what is taking place there. And the fear of what's going to happen. Because in the upscale community, now go find enough of the people them now upscale community don't even know them one another. Them go through, them go them yard, them get up back, them gone them work, and maybe they have one little recreational area in the community where they want to sit down and talk about life. But in the ghetto area now, in the low scale community now, what you think happened this or now? Man I go tell man people go suck them mother. Man I go tell man say kiss out this. Man I go tell man how can I see the next man a draw. You know.
I plan on a scheme how to hustle.
Yes, peer hustling and all them kind of thing there. Man a bad mind, the next man a bad mind, the next man and brethren and a peer chaos and a right. That's how the whole thing start. Now tell me, listen to me good now. Me here a man a come talk about PNP country. What constitutes a PNP country? You see it? PNP does not want the people them have low degree to elevate themselves. Because then the corruption I go cease. Because if you're going to upgrade the people, watch it now, you're going to upgrade them. For example, heart, which is free now, and you send people a heart, and you invest in your own people. It is slowly moving the people's mind away from being corrupt, because now they are going to be able to use them both hands to do something legal for themselves and their family.
Yeah.
That's the direction of the country. But all right, the people say PNP country. PNP country constitute corruption. PNP is just simply corrupt from the head. And they support criminality. You understand me?
Yeah,
they support people of questionable character.
You know what you just said, when they say PNP country, that's synonymous with corruption,
You see, that's why I make sure I speak about the two of them in one.
Yeah, man. You will never hear JLP talk about JLP country.
JLP is busy. Look at the difference between the two of them now. The Jamaica Labour Party is busy trying to build a future for the generation and upcoming. They might try to put things in place. They might expand upon infrastructure. Yes, they might expand upon education. They might make sure put in health facility so that everything can be reachable for the people of the country. They don't have time for your grown push to talk about man corrupt. So you know where Prime Minister always go down Spanish Town when he break the ground to build the hospital. When he go down, they go say no free money. And they use him for that.
Yeah, because they're not gonna like that, that is strong. Remember, we're not a party for handout, we're a party where instill people for go work for what you want, And that's why they like a labor right, because we know if we have to labor for what we want. We don't want a boy to come say tonight, turn around and touch way up. We don't hear them thing there. So that's why we as labor right, we love for work and we love when time people are ambitious.
You understand? Me hear PNP supporters say they don't want no rich man in their country. They want them to run out the whole of rich man in their country. Then look at now. Remember that the PNP did that in a bridging by creating a thing called FinSac. Now, if you create a thing called FinSac, which damage the economy and you collapse for over 44,000 businesses, inclusive of 28 financial business collapse. Well, I can tell you about the PNP celebration and you still run behind them. As if you don't know what going on, as if, watch out now, hear the supporters of the PNP, that now go happen again. How naive can you get, Virgin? That now go happen again, that things different now. Different how? You already create an organization that have all of these things in it.
When it come on to
it's still happening now.
When it come on to crime and violence, you know, you can't separate the two from them, you know.
No.
You can't separate the two from them. Because them goes hand in hand, you know. That's why you see them make sure them have so much liars, you know. And what the Bible tell you about liars? Woe be unto you liars and doctors and teachers. That the Bible say about them people, you know.
Me say, me tell, you know, hear me talk for a long time. Me say, look here. Liars is the worst kind of people, the worst kind of character to lead a country is a liar. And this is why the PNP them cannot be fined for their corrupting activities and put away behind bars up till now.
Because the law is not a shackle.
You know, Tina, and that is like I just cut in here. You know, it's only a pity that Donna Scott Motley is using her parliament privilege, or the upper house privilege, to talk our crap about the prime minister. Right? The IC have done a thoroughly report investigation. They may get a forensic auditing to look into the prime minister finances. And when they could not come up with anything, right? They are saying now that the prime minister must provide them with the evidence, right, of what them suspect him of. And this lady, you see, I just want one of these days she just make the mistake and step outside of the umbrella of parliament and chat our foolishness and Andrew Wall is so hard for the drives they should have won. And excuse my language. Because this woman just seemed like she just set out to just tear the prime minister apart. What is the evidence that Donna Scott Motley have that this prime minister have done anything wrong? Where is the evidence?
What Donna, what she are trying to do is align the Jamaica Labour Party with the PNP to say that why corruption exists in both sides. But then again, when you question them as it regards to the corruption on both sides, they can't tell you. They can't
corruption tell you. Depend on both
because
sides.
look here.
No corruption.
The JLP deal with transparency, meaning to say, if one person make an error, listen to me, you're going to be penalized for that error you make. We don't need to wait for nothing for nobody outside to come in and see it to penalize you. The leader decide to penalize you for the error that you have committed. That is transparency. So you can't go talk about that now. You can't go align that with corruption. Because if you did the corrupted act, then you move out of the way. How you going to talk about that again? It's when you do the corrupted act and continue to do it and close it down, keep it under some carpet in some closet when nobody now see it. And when it come out now, you try find some other means to make it look like say it was no corruption at all.
Yeah.
But them they are corruption. And me talk all the while say, I know corruption not always involve money. Because you can make a corrupted speech.
Yeah, man.
You can have a corrupted argument.
But listen now, you're right, that is trend. Because Donna Scott Motley is speaking about corruption. But at the same time, she have a corrupt conscience.
Yes.
Her conscience is corrupt. And corruption is something that comes from within before it acts out. Right?
Hey.
Because if
the
ever
mind
since
bank
try
up, you
to
know.
set out and behave like say the prime minister thief bought money.
The mindset and them ideology of thinking is bankrupt. Bankrupt to the core.
You know, say a full time if we are going to a system where no prime minister, no opposition leader can just willingly select a senator. These people because they need proper scrutiny. Because when Donald Scott Martin, you know, sitting at the higher house and make laws in our country, what we are saying to ourselves?
Winston, you said something yesterday, you know, and a lot of people that pass over them head, you know, we have to start run off of the Westminster, the real way for say we want to become we call it a capitalist democratic country, you know. You know that though?
Yeah.
We can't the business as usual, brother. Remember I say no, all Jamaican people, you know, whole Jamaica Labour Party at a high regard, you know. Because, you know, if we do what them people they are doing, brother, we'd never see back the house of Jamaica again as long as Jamaica exists, you know.
Never.
So,
never.
The public at large, you know, the private sector, the media, them all we are that high caliber, you know. So that's why we can't do what them doing, brother, and get through with it, you know.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, happy more than 21
Yeah, man. We have to stand up for accountability, man. And we have to start change and flip over some things. And you see them all time when you name the rules there, the constitution and things are how things do. It needs to reform and need to change. We can't live a bankrupt country way of doing things. The people in mind bankrupt, so we can't continue doing the same part every day, brother. The next generation I go face it harder than we.
Mato, you need to mute, Mato. Sorry, Tina. Mato, mute mic, please.
Okay.
Go on now, Tina.
Yeah, man, we have to do things serious now, man. We have to start pull up the socks, man. And put on some iron gloves, man, and start put some thump underneath them people upon the opposition ribs, man.
True,
we have to start sending them a prison, man. We have to start be serious, man. No matter be true them a lie and them can go in and change certain things and manipulate things. We have to make sure them go to prison. Once you're with the name there, you're in opposition. And you do certain things. Look, you know, them in opposition, you know, and them can go in at the public person, thief, and do what they want, you know.
Criminal.
And I know them a thief, you know.
Yeah.
So we have to wake up and look on them thing there.
You can just imagine, Deportation Campbell is not a councillor. He's not a staff of the parish council. He can't give direction about money. Council fees to get. How he got that power? How Deportation Campbell get that power?
That's true.
All them separate junctures. That's why you hear what they have been attacking, you know, me and say, you know, you see the EOJ, we have to go start remove some people from that, you know, brother. Because I eat for the 18 years, you know, them use and put themselves in a power, you know. The CMPJ there, you know.
Tina, while I find me say something. This woman when named Audrey Smith, face it. Look at it this way, Tina. I'm on Churchill and darker shade and feel right back when I come back to. This woman do 23 years as a councillor. That means she secure her pension, right? She's no longer a councillor, but now she employed on the parish council board. We draw down another pension again. So if you may talk about all the people them institutionalized, that is what I am talking about, brother.
That's why I say me talk the way me talk, you know, Winston, and talk strong for them things, you know, because you see to me work in the sector Jamaica, ins and out, but know me I talk about, you know, brother. A whole heap of victimization me go through, you know, with them people, you know, brother. That's why I say 2030 me have left Jamaica, you know. And I said, boy, me can't undergo them people again. The corruption with them having them government agency there, you know, brother. Where as you them look for you and say, oh, that one day we agree, you know. A time for him go. And them kick you out, brother.
So whenever time I talk, other people gonna say, boy, I'm a coward. But it's no coward. I'm just looking
It's
at
no
it
coward.
in
You
depth.
just talk the facts, brother, and paint what Jamaica is like. And where you see and where you undergo, brother.
When me see and when me live every day,
And where you live.
know it.
And a full time we stop pretty up things. Yes,
So
it'll get better.
that's why
But the government
out
where
there.
we have, him have to go start put on him iron gloves and rule with an iron fist, brother.
Right?
And show these people example.
She served how much years as a counselor? She couldn't lose because she have a sure division, right? And after she secure fair pension, no. She come back and have a job at the parish council again, where she can able to corrupt the institution, to use that institution to reward the PMP to be successful in the poll.
All right.
So these are the things that we as Labour right must look at and must look out on. Because she need to resign
stamp
too.
it out. Them need to go, man.
Them need to resign too.
All government agency have to purge if Jamaica for go for themselves. Me make a promise, you know. Say me never not go call them name, you know. Orange Army, me give them, you know. Vampire syndicate, you know. That's the name of me call them, you know. And them a vampire, you know. Them a leeches, them a pestilent to Jamaica, you know.
Yeah.
To woman Jamaica, you know. Me despise the germs, them, you know, brother.
Yeah, man. Them,
you know.
These people rape Jamaica so much, brother, that she can't take no more rape.
She can't take no more rape. You know, see, Andrew make sure look good now. You see, Andrew put on skirt and blouse and put her hair up now. You know, so Jamaica get round. Look how much skyscraper go up.
Yeah.
Look, patrol. Brother, I love my woman, you see, man. And I love her Andrew deal with her. Go ahead, whoever want to.
Yeah, man, who want to chip in?
Yeah, man, watch out now. You know, when we talk about 18 years of PNP devastation to this country, we have to add the 8 original years of the 70s, and then we come
the
back
70s.
We have to come back and add another 4 years.
Portia.
4.5 years of Portia. 18 and a half.
So 34 years, they wreck Jamaica.
So them use 31 years. So Jamaica has plunged into a crisis for 31 years. Jamaica plunged. No. Assess that. I'm very careful now. And then you go back to the mind of the people with that now. Now, what has done to the mentality of the people having the PNP for 31 years, corrupting the system, yes, corrupting the system for 31 years, and in so doing, corrupting the mind of Jamaica to believe that that is the normal thing to do in politics. And that's what the PNP keep on doing. So Andrew Wallace come now and I try purge the system. And you think say to purge the system is biting crackers. Yeah? I know like eating crackers this. Because some of the people them that were installed from about 25 to 10 years ago under the
the support. Yes.
Of course. Kid and Pierre Romed, the leader party, and now come on, go in a drunkard. In the black kid.
Yes, sir. You're right. You're right, that one.
Yeah, man. A cokehead. Yeah. I tell you that. A big old cokehead. See me those my man they are Alwa Chilani they want like fist down there and anything they are peer junkie them. Peer junk. Hey, let me tell you now. You know, see, right now and anything they know, we shouldn't listen to them PNP people, you know, because right now, who we are listening to, you know, a rejection we are listening to, you know. Some people will reject and shit out. Where people know where people shit out and anything. They say we shouldn't listen to them. Mark Golding can't find good people for running party. A peer rejection. So me don't know why we should have want to listen to these destroyer. These rejection. You understand me? Because peer rejection I get trouble right here now and anything there. Peer rejection. So I don't see why the reason why we should have listen to these dirty people. Because if you can't run your little community where you get to run, or you go run in government, no more thief you go thief and destroy. Most thief you thief and destroy, you know. Because you can't run your little place where you get to run and then reject you. Then rub out you and say me no want you. So the hell we want how the hell on feel no voice so big now? How the hell feel no voice so big now? Me say a peer cokehead in a PNP party now, me I tell you.
It's a disgrace.
But the pastor already tell them already, you know, say they ain't go disgrace themselves, you know, and let down themselves, you know. You don't remember the part, you don't remember the prayer?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay. Okay. The pastor already tell them that they go do. Peer disgrace.
Yeah.
You understand me? And disorder and all sort of sitting. So you see it, everything are fulfilled right now.
And that's what you come in front of Jamaican people face. And I
No,
tell them
because
you want to lead. You want to lead what? You don't even look like you take a good shower daytime. Look on your clothes as a growing man. 60-year-old man, when you come around and people look on you. And you say you want to lead our country.
Mark Gold, yeah, you ever see them pad donkey and the donkey no pad good as so Mark Goldington.
Yeah.
Pad the donkey and the donkey the pad no and it no go and go pan the donkey and anything they know see how it look. So that is Mark Golding.
You represent we. You are tell we if you give you the chance to lead we and represent we. Look at you, you don't even carry yourself properly as a growing man. 60-year-old and look how you look. 60-year-old and you claim say he's a married man. And when you come outside and stand in front of the public, you look like something I walk back with. And you want to know, we know for say, boy, you must be our leader. So what does that say of us? We are either to your trash.
Yeah. I tell you, you know, everybody knows that the PNP is just for the PNP, you know. PNP is not for the country, you know. They don't go and see where they can get out of the country and anything, and because them sister they won't get it before and they want to go back and get it again. And then believe that the people them are fool, I go put them there to destroy them own self. That is why you see them are grown and they're gone. But you know, you see things start reveal to them now. Start reveal.
Yes, sir.
It have to come to things start reveal, you know. Because they know they if they know in a government yet and start the thieving and start going with dishonesty, then when time they take over complete, I done Jamaica done with, you know. I done with. Calling go do anything that put on high tax pan Jamaican people. And big this and big that.
People is a disgrace. It's a disgrace. And what hurt me, the followers them when they behind them, to the cheerleader them when they behind them.
But that's how you going on, Daddy. That's how you going on, because look, every man, no care how wicked and bad he is and anything, every man have a followers, you know. Satan, when you being followers, you know, he share him. So no matter how wicked you is, you have your followers them. Cause you have people who can see and who cannot see. You have people who are blind. You understand me? You are blind where they lead blind. You understand me? So I just say go with mankind.
Yeah.
Blind lead blind, you know. You can't see the way. So, you know. So there is, you know, you must have to buck up, you know.
Look on this woman them call name Burke. You are tell Jamaican people say, our foreign affairs minister if you win. Tell me on which world stage now she could have gone now Jamaican people and say she represent we. That's how we look like turn around. We are back with 2025. And you got pick up woman like
these people, these people take Jamaican people for fool. That's all I can say. Then take Jamaican people for fool, but Jamaican people are going to show them this area, say we are not a fool. This year we're going to show them, say, boy, we no fool. We is a wise person. We can't give away country to criminal. Can't give away country to criminal. We can't suffer ourselves with criminal.
Man, them know that already, no man. That's why man, them a try everything, you know, man. I say everything, man, a try already. Man, them know, say Jamaica people, them see them dirty ways, say man must go all out and done in a business. They may tell you.
Yeah, man. But me tell you, man, you see, you see, that is the trick where they try to use for the Jamaican people to make it look like Andrew and thief, you know. Because through them want the favor from the Jamaican people and try to rubbing him to the mud. Rubbing him to the mud. You understand me? Just to get power, but I know so you get power, bro. I know so you get power.
Devon, take up your something.
What they give problem, Virgin?
Long gone are those days when them come with them dirtyism. Long gone. Them dirty living there when them come with long gone. Long gone. With them shit up with God will pass that. Beyond that now, we're not going back there.
When me attack, I don't want you to come mess up.
We're not going back there. We don't want to hear nothing from me. What are they? A bunch of criminals, that's all I know is. On a walk on all a parade. 2-time convicted felon, you know. Twice. And like one time, and you could have said, boy, all right, give him a chance because him the young and him 2-time him convicted. And you parade him in front of Jamaican people, say he must lead we. Then come on now. Where is the integrity in that? Where is the honor in that? Yeah? You can get up and carry a 2-time convicted criminal in front of Jamaica people. So wait, man. Good God, man. How stupid you think we is, man? How dumb you think we is? Huh? Left, right, and center, you lie to it. Left, right, and center, everything you do, you take a feed that. You come and you tell you, say you're born here, you see. Knowingly say, you know, I come here. Yeah? You can't even open your mouth and speak patois these say. You can't. Every time you chat, me try to chat patois hard because I with native language. And you will say you're born here. You can't, every time you talk, you open your mouth is a disgrace. Every time you open your mouth is a disgrace. I. Where you come with I and I ancestors. What I and I ancestors? You are white. So my ancestors and your ancestors could not be the same thing. And what make matters worse? Your ancestors enslaved my own. So where you come tell about I and I? How stupid you think we is? How dumb you think we is? No, man, this country I run too good now, so the whole of come with the hunger, so I feel like I'm going to mash it up and tear down. I root it like I did last time.
Tell them, brother. Tell them, man.
Rape the country and left with nothing. And then you come and go on like on a brand new boat. And the audacity of the man too, you know. Move, me don't make my money already. Yeah, you don't make your money off of the back of Jamaican people. And we know it.
Klepto real man, them a mob, them a say them a mob in a man.
He don't make him money, but he see something else, he see something bigger when you want, you know, see me. He see something when you want, you know, so if he don't make him money, why you not going about your business? You make your money and anything like so one more you see what you other want, so.
You look like me, I want to myself talk life. Like a data when a man I get up, him just say watch me and them. I pay line me, I go tell them, you know. You know, so fuck them because them are idiot, you know. Come here.
Yeah, man, tell them, man, better you say, man, the man I try mad out Jamaica people, man, at that time, man, intention, man. At that time, man, intention to try mad out the people with bag of foolishness, you know, man. They say, man, a madman, man.
You look like when this man I get up, him just say, fuck them, they no sense. I just tell them anything them want to hear.
You know, me now tell you, say this man, when me hear woman I say to him and say, yo, me have rum and me have weed, you know, and grab up. I'm going to say, I hear you. Yeah, man. I want to say, still a drink and smoke. Now me hear woman I ask him, man, this man, you know, I chip your grab, you know. Yeah, man.
Even gun them from helicopters. While I participated in my own fair share of the hog bonanza over the past...
Devon, nice you come out your background, my brother. Yeah, man, make it silent in the floor, please.
ITV. Let me turn it down.
Yeah, man, out of respect, you know. Devon, bless you.
About you, nothing at all about you. Jamaican people don't honestly tell me what this man look on the man, just look on him. On carry himself, on the whole aura, the whole everything about the man, look on him. Yeah?
So people, so man, the man, right now, you know, in them, they don't have no plan for Jamaica, you know. No plan for tell Jamaican people. So, you know, yeah, what they try to do. Them try to say, boy, if they talk them plan, then that is what Jamaican people are go with. If they talk them plan.
You might talk him plan forward, you know, you might talk him plan forward here.
Yeah. What's that pussy in a bag?
You might talk him plans forward here, man. You might talk him sitting forward here. Yeah, man, you might talk him foolishness forward here, man.
Well, we are not fool. They have to do it themselves, you know. We are no fool. We're not buying a puss in a bag. You man, them puss go on where them come from.
Yeah.
I say, man, man, chaka country like when chaka himself, you know. So like when man chaka himself, I say, man, chaka country, you know.
A one aim and determination they have. I feel rub out the Jamaican people. Rub them out like how you rub out pencil mark. And things somebody have to hold bread and I go pick up, but you can't get post butter for carry brother. You can't get post, you know, butter, you know. But let me tell you still, you know, the people in here should have helped me, you know, because remember, you know, the man say man entrepreneurs people, you know. I see little youth at town there and anything, how much in the vote himself with 20 odd year with them and anything there. And for them promote him, I don't want to give him the stripe and out to the next side, then shove him out. And go put in the policeman and say, boy, the policeman is the real man. You see them man there? Hey, me I tell you, Jamaican people.
They will show out them one and them man and see why them a cook.
I'm not the first time do it. I'm not the first time do it. The woman where they appear, me know that Portia they do she too. When she don't open the Portia, when Portia says she has stepped down and she feel like she don't get the rain, Portia just run her. Let's go for the dirty tea to man and put her in her position. Not the first time do it.
Yeah, tell
the regular thing them do.
Yo, may I tell us that people to learn, man, sense. Learn
see, people talk about tax, and the people want jump up, and go put on tax, and people are jump up.
Hey, let me tell you something, you know what let me tell you. Them people over here, they jump up on anything. This thing where them are blow on anything, they call them good find off a blower is sitting where they call, you know. They don't hear a word where they must say, you know. So everything they hear, they don't go and hear the start. Then start blow. So the important thing then for hear, then I hear it and anything they can then start make up noise and you can't hear what a man say if you dem make noise. You have to silent for hear what the man say. Good for get sense out of what the man say.
Hear nice them, man. Hear nice.
You know, see the prime minister saying I want them in conference and anything. They kind of want the people them to listen and hear cleanly what they must say. And disband them out in conference. Them go there with them bagel noise and anything there and listen. So if a man say man are going cut on throat, them a blow and say yes sir, cut it throat and me say, yo people fool your fretting, brother. Listening, you have to listen for learn, you know. You have to listen for learn and you have to listen and take sense out of nonsense. We know what things is all about. Tell us a PNP just believe in a sufferation, they don't believe in a nothing good. Nothing good them believe in a just sufferation. But they can't fool me. They can't fool me.
You going to go as
far.
far.
We are ready.
You going to go as far and the majority of Jamaican people is not idiot. You might have 1 and 2 away we are run around yes with bullshit, but most of us have sense. That's what I mean. No.
Of course.
Believe in my people, believe in my country. So the very people of them we are run around them and look at the whole and look at that blood clean, go to hell and crawl under a rock. Yeah? Believe in my people, I mean know my people have sense. Me I carry my flag high in my country.
Open discussion. We know then you never heard from Leighton Campbell yet.
Why I ask you the same thing, my brother? Cause me I look for him from morning to find. Yesterday me I look for him.
No, Swaby.
None of them.
Nobody. Right next door. Nobody.
None of them. I wonder why know if them read them take a plane or a boat and go somewhere, go on a Yeti.
Silent. I boy Nathan Campbell, you know, and I work for investigator.
Yes, I'm going and them fly out.
Yeah, man.
So you know if a boat then go up on our fly, then fly, but boy nobody can find them they in a safe house.
Missing in action.
Yeah, you know that show there, missing in action.
Really missing in action.
I don't mind if you could have lost forever.
We can't hear from
one person at a time, no, please.
We can't hear from Mark Golding. We can't hear from none of them, so they're missing in action. So we want to know what's going on. The man really, where they say the most integrity, and them.
Good evening. Wait, no, say become panic, you know. Say become pan 5 o'clock news, you know. You could hear it pan 7 o'clock. Him say him not see no corrupt and him willing to then investigate him. Donna Scott monthly say, what about Andrew Holiness corruption where them are investigate and all them talking where them continue and say pan the news. So you see, you know, from one thing to the other. So you know what them are going to bring up back Andrew one with the boy Lawrence Rowe. So Lawrence Rowe come to come this track with, you know.
No, Mrs.
You feel so man. You feel so man.
Don't say that.
We can't get to focus on our country business where government do and all them something and focus on election.
No, but we have corruption money that you know destruction.
It don't say that.
Here the woman here monthly at about
that she can, but mommy, them are gonna try to spin off everything, man.
And that she
what not sure so I look into this now. If it was just a spin-off, you're long, you're a Mark Golding come out come keep conference. The camera missing in action, all of them missing in action, and him love the spotlight. Remember what they when them talk about the Lady Six as everything I hear him come out. So this and just no make-up thing, brother. That's a real facts, brother.
All me want them to do to make him step aside from all ALGAJ, when him the fit and letter. Him say if he step aside from the EOJ, so everybody will sign up letter and make him step aside from the EOJ. Come go corrupt the EOJ election and come up, you know. That we have to focus on,
That is a good thing. But we sure say them say my goal have integrity. You don't know everybody say him is nothing. Him not have nothing about him. Cause now you hear no switch. If this was a make-up thing, brother, long time you hear press conference and come out. I try hide them now if you build something to come up, to come try.
That's why we supposed to don't pan them, no one call press conference every minute, every
There's no distraction, man. We will keep it, man.
That is why we are here doing what we are doing. And this is our way of doing it. So that is why we have to do what we have to do. And make the Jamaican people make a voice be heard. Them have to hear we.
Yeah.
Remember when the Prime Minister corruption, you know, Angela Bromberg say she sent it got the media all about a foreign country in every media station to hear how the Prime Minister corrupt. You understand? That's why she keeps silent now. Because she not hear nothing come out of the case.
Then Mark Golding no go to Canada with it. He no go there respond, no go all about go talk and tell people the Jamaican government a thief, the Prime Minister a thief. And know that him find wanted now, him can't be found. Him can't be found, him can't say nothing. And him say out and own mouth. Him say anyone find out so when I'm own under investigation, what more do and what him not gonna do. I know him can't.
Just a sham. Him just a sham to give Jamaican people them a little head. Just a sham. It no mean nothing. Because you see, him a take up back the dirty habit from Anna, Michael, PJ, Portia. Nothing no change.
But you may have a long time.
Right. So nothing no change.
You may have a long time. Mark Golding on you. You may have a long time. You understand me?
All of them together, him surpass them. Put all of them because him is the one who come out like a fat rat off of the back of Jamaican people them.
Yeah, because what is going to feel like him are the worst one for sure.
The worst one, put all of them together. Put Michael, PJ, Portia.
Look here.
Him do Jamaica the worst.
I think down a sentence, you know, me see PJ participant stage, you know, with him, you know. But PJ's participant, him can't walk so good. Him have a walking stick. And him Mark Golding have to hold him and take him, put him on one chair for sit down. But nobody much wasn't there on the rostrum, you understand me? I just like to somebody also.
Well, I'm not sorry for him, that a film problem.
That me I tell you, that me I try to say no, say, him a try to push Mark Golding, that's why he come push up himself. Because if he turn home, and he gone there push up himself.
These ten
I drop in, should I drop off and broke in blasted neck.
And them own wickedness coming back on them, what them do Jamaican people and what them do Jamaica. And them own wickedness a come back on them, the whole of them.
So, open discussion, the whole of, them about illicit corruption. And look who have the most corruption in less than, we call it.
1 year.
That is, yeah, that is 1 year good. And so much, and look at them now reaching at it, they're not holy governorship yet, you know. And them so much corruption, so much blow robbery. Them
that's why the people them not forgive them no vote. That's why
the people to them eyes and say these people are be a blind people, man, going to be a criminal. The Alibaba, the 40 thief. That criminal them, brother.
And you know, say them are going to win, you know, but and you they ever win. All the investors them are going to pack up and go back.
Me don't talk that already.
Lamb again.
Me don't talk that. Me don't talk that.
Christopher, me should talk, man. Two persons can't talk one time, brother. Out of respect, please.
I just a person for me now. Mr. Winley, address that person for me now. Mr. Where's the corruption? So address him for me and tell him now, because apparently, Jaden. No. Tell him for me now, because apparently him not see, him blind.
No. Yes, it make me, but it's not a PNP. Them just say, them blind. PNP is a blind set of people and them blind. Them not make Jamaica not good.
If I hold on, discussion to me address him there. Me say in the municipal council. Yeah, hear me discussion.
Yeah, me hear you, sir. You do a very good job.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Evening.
Yes, yeah, man, that's all I know. Well, I know. Sorry, everybody. Please and thank you. No. It's when one person talk, we just mute the phone, kind of like one person go talk for long and so forth. So we just give each other respect so they can sound good. Because too while it's sound allocation, equation, everything there.
Let me tell you something. Discussion on everybody on the panel is whole 17. Jaden now go see it, you know, because you have him parted with. Him blind to hit.
It's no corruption when you use taxpayers' money, when you use our money and run your campaign and get to who you want to get and tell them to do anything they want to do. That's not corruption. That is not corruption when you use taxpayers' money. Yeah? And I feed on our own self, I do our own campaign and fight and pay off own one for pay off. Hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then you're going to sit here and tell us that's not corruption. Well, if that's not corruption, then you are corruption.
Well, discussion. More for me 49 MP go sign up the paper. That's Dayton Campbell have to resign. For everything, nothing to do with government. Nothing to do with the government. That man is too wicked.
Look on this done, sir. Who says taxpayers' money? Look on this that.
You know, bring him up and talk to him on the first time.
Jaden, if you want to hear a full money, come in at the box. Since I don't want to hear a full money.
Come tell if it's your money.
Talk live, I got invite in the box. We're not going to cuss or disrespect it. Just come in at the box. I can explain a full money.
Come tell us it's who for money if it's Mark Golden money.
They have a sense, you know. They have a sense the man who shit a bush, he never see the man who tap in it and them see it. So them can't see them one destruction, you know. Them can't see them one destruction, you understand me? Because there's nothing wrong with PNP do. Then say, boy, then do something wrong. Nothing. What then do? Then say, then do something wrong. It's only when time, it's only the Jamaican Labour Party can do something wrong for them. It's only that Jamaican Labour Party. Because PNP can't see them one destruction. Them are the most destruction and they can't see it.
Yeah, but the background sound away, brother.
Yeah, but right now, correct. What is 32% of 175? 56. Who played the lead female role in the 2024 film Anora? Plus, Mikey Mann.
Yes, sir. Anyway, Jaden, I mean, I offer money. I'm not going.
You ask for data kind of money or Mark Golden money.
And one thing, you know, them people that would ask questions, same like how you see Mark Golden shit out my man up at town, where they are same and go shit out. So no time they go on like nothing say Mark Golden or somebody. No things say Mark Golden, no things say Mark Golden care for no little idiot to know what they can't talk about how for money. No things say Mark Golden the white boy care for you no and anything there. He no care for you no. If you no see, you tap on Harris, all who they take up him, you no tap on Harris. Why you so blind and fool and say, boy, Mark Golden no care for you no? He no care for the country, he just care for the money in his pocket. And that one thing you no get out of it. One thing you no get nothing. If they get then take power, you no see him one go rub him out back. So no time they might be one thing I can tell you know who they give them the accents in there. You no be careful you no swear for you know. You no be careful you no swear for you no call for. Because if you no believe say my goal in a God, you no make a wrong mistake. Because you no know nothing but let me tell you no man. You see, you know the talk. You is just a supporter of the PNP party. You know a supporter of the one country. You know that prophecy no country pop down, destroy.
And the white man gone with the whole of money.
And the white man gone with the money. Cause that I go reach you know.
Look
You know
here.
they ask question and anything, that I go reach you know.
We are gonna go tap that so you can reach them.
No, me know say they can't win, you know, but you know them some little idiot where they
If you ask Devan, if you ask Jaden how much seat the PNP have to take from the JLP for win by the next election, he don't know. So nobody argue with him.
You can't know. Because they have 14 and anything now, they ain't go take away, how much they ain't go take away for win, they don't have to take away for win and anything.
18, they have to take away 18. They have to take 18 seats away to form the next government and they can't do that.
They can't do that kind of did they?
He did it, but they can't take it.
All right, I know one anything they out of 14, we know so we have to take away some out of 14 where they have.
Right now, me I look for, we have to take about 4 out of the 14.
Yeah.
We are going to take Michael Phillips' seat. We are going to take the seat of Michael Phillips' daddy hole that are 2. And we are going to take one more in Hanover and one more in Westmoreland.
Well, Hanover, me there, you know, it two Hanover here, you know, it won by Labour, right, you know.
Well, we are going to take the next 2 in Westmoreland then.
All right, I know anything that I don't do this since they me say all for me MP and me attack. Me say listen to me attack to him. Me say one have to shine now, you know, because it's an election here now, you know, so one have to shine and make people see so one shine.
Devon.
Yeah.
Manners and respect everybody. You see, before we get right this up, we want stay upon Dayton Campbell and some man out of respect. Cause you see, we don't want them get no local, we don't want see people who are joining who might not know. We have to just keep on pressure them on the level there. Out of respect.
Dayton Campbell and Swaby, the boy Swaby.
Yeah man, we have to just keep on the pressure. We just want to move too fast and you know what I mean? It means open discussion.
Look at right now, if I went the Labour right do that day. Lord God, we don't have to hide. We couldn't on social media. And you too soft, and you need to put
No man, I say that Devon man.
I know me I say that.
Sorry.
I know me I say
it. So my time, you know. Sorry. So my time, you know. Probably can wait on some big media platform to come out with it first, because I don't know. And I like say some big media platform start come out with it and start, you know what I mean? It just a pop up, so we could just, you understand me I say? You know them way there?
And go tell them say my good backside now. So when he my good backside now, you know, make me tell you, you see, Andrew is a savior, you know. Andrew, you know, the reason why we have to understand why he not come out and come lick it pan them like how them are lick it pan me. Andrew is a savior, so all he have to do is just man perform and he knows say boy, Andrew knows he having people them who they cover him. Although him have a big attack still, can you have to come out and make him talk, but him just a wait till the time come. Can you have a bigger punch? You see what I say? And tell them say I'm a great boxer. You understand? And when I'm a boxer and
we and PNP and the same thing, we and them and the same, man. Them people always ignorant and aggressive and fool, no man. We and them and the same thing. Is me I say?
But we can't aggressive like them still. They can't aggressive like them, you know. We have to just make them did and disgrace themselves, you know. We just go and take it easy, you know. Because we know what we know we aim already, you know.
Right now we have to just deal with them. We have to just deal with them. I say everything we drop, we just stay upon the topic, and everything we drop, everything we do, we just stay upon that and keep on pushing that. You know them. Yeah, that's how we have to do it, you know.
Yeah,
you understand what I say? One thing. Sorry, Devon. One thing me I say, you know. You see, the thing is this, I don't really understand. Some people, I say, yeah, they want the Prime Minister come out and say this and act that way and act that way. And them get very emotional about it. And when they get emotional about it, it come like say, it's like say, that everybody want hear. Can't want hear garbage and propaganda and all the certain things. Me I say we have to wait until, remember, you know, if we're smart now, everything already, you know. Which one will bring out that information there? How much platform, how much media outlet are you glean and bring out the TV agent and talk about, nobody not talk about it, you know. If you understand what I say, you know. You understand what I say? So we still have the Prime Minister still, we see we can't say right, but the Prime Minister and the team have still have to see this thing is whatever they may say it is before he will start come say back at things in the end of the day. You understand what I say?
I believe in the Prime Minister, my youth. A still tongue, keep a level head. And that is all.
That may I try sure, man.
Then so the man who go on and yap and chat on all himself.
Yeah, man, silent to run deep, like you know, man. Silent to run deep, you know.
Yeah, this Prime Minister is not like that. So me respect the Prime Minister. When saying that, that's my job to do. I'm going to call out when me say. I'm going to follow my leader, yes, but in at the same time, I'm going to call out.
I hear them say them talk about it today. I don't know what you want. I try to tell us some of the things that we have to can't say rain and go on, bro, until we know what go on. That's why I can't go say rain, bro. So I say, because an idea, you know, people have to just come as a man, be like, come just go too long, come on.
Somebody said them talk about it in the parliament today. That person that come from wait a minute.
Yo, me I listen to when the Black King brother, me I tell you say why the man that is a speed. Me I tell you say the man give them some hope about the open discussion. You have to listen to open discussion.
I try show. Well, I know it's me I try show now. That's the thing, brother.
We know call that person give me some information.
But what I know, what the thing is this, what I know, open discussion. People that on the panel right now in our space, I tell us say them are listening it.
Yeah, man, read on us. Say yes, it was in Parliament.
Yeah, man, me I listen to a Black King, man. I tell you, I'm not listening.
Coach Christopher. Out of respect, brother. Remember, you know, you're in a space, you know, and next person in a space, I say, Prime Minister Saf and come out, because that man never watch it. And this are the thing. All I know, these are the things I not like. All I know, Christopher, man, out of respect, man. These are the things I not like. Because the idea some people have information them, and when they hear some people I say, Ray, it don't matter if I live right, bro, we have to stop right there so and make a man know say, yo, the man, and I just sit today. You understand what I say?
Yeah, talk. Invite that person, invite this person, make this person give me a little highlight point. Like, I mean, not hear nothing, so I want to hear something, please. Invite this person.
Man, JLP forward up in the top there. Forward up in the top because when I say about Christopher, they say here it go on.
Yeah, me on the far right is a Black King, man, and I tell you say, man, give them some hope I cut them, I tell you.
May I try say, man,
I want to listen, because when you listen to
I say Christopher, when I hear the labor brother say, man, soft, and the man not nothing, and
no, man, just like our open discussion say, we believe in the leader. And
no, what I'm saying,
the man
should stop the brother right now. This is not Christopher, man, should stop the brother right there and tell him, say, no, man. He go on today in a parliament. This man say, brother. Yeah, man, because this is the thing. Let me tell you something. Let me understand it, man. You see, a man might not watch, an next person might watch. But you see, if a person hear, an next person I say, wait. A man have to say, no, man. You go on to the man. Go on to the man. So that can cut a man from say where a man I go say, because these are the things. Too much emotion. You see me I say? Yeah, man. So like we're going today.
Let me get the understanding now. Chris, which are you here? Do you hear from Black King or hear from Parliament?
Parliament, them I will not play from Black King. Yeah, from Parliament.
That means say, all right, cool then. So that simply means then. Talk life. See if you can get somebody who can make we have full understanding of this thing. Because me never hear nothing.
I try to show you. So what I know, Christopher, man. Open discussion. Open discussion, my brother. These are the things, you know. See, these are the things. Me never hear. That's why I tell someone once we can't say certain things because we don't know what is what. And man, you understand what I say? So we can't too quick to say way, bro, you know?
I agree with
yeah,
you,
man.
but I said no that we have the chance. If you can find
Yeah,
somebody.
man, I go try find him and I say go, you know. But we still have to try to get things. Yeah, man, we still have to try to get things under control same way. Kind of feelings is.
Where I say?
One person just come up in a space. Person just come up in. Can't come up in a space them way, them man. Can't come up in a space them way, them man. Out of respect, man. You know them way they come up in a space.
Who have the information, they come spread it for when I could hear it now. One of us.
Churchill been a play. Churchill been a play today.
Who said we can't find him, man?
Churchill been a play.
Our talk, you know, have a different device, man. Try see if you can find it then, no? Because if I in a parliament today, suppose you can find it, you know. You see, they know me, I say, me never even know, say, that did I go on today. So me that really love to hear it. I mean, no one of our female them supposed to have it, because the female them always have them thing there. Petal or Kerry or one of them always have them things there.
Yeah, man, I say me can't find.
Yeah, I know that miss me. I know say Parliament did all around today. Somebody out there who have the recording in a parliament today, come up now and play it now. Who have the recording, somebody come up and play it now.
No, I'm going to see it. Hold on there. I'll look again.
Somebody still have it, yeah. Yes, Kevin have it. Kevin, go on and run it now.
Hold on there.
Parliamentary staff, led by Ms. Colleen Lowe, very much recognized and appreciated. You know, Mr. President, the late great Robert Nesta Marley, I believe, in 1977, immortalized in song a phrase, so much things to say, so much things to say. That's the position I find myself in this morning. And on my mind has been the transformation of the Jamaican society in terms of values and attitudes of young people, in particular in this country. And I have always been of the view that the church and captains of popular industry, including our entertainers, have an important part to play in instilling positive values in society, including the younger cohort. In that vein, I take note of the debate in the public domain currently concerning entertainer spies participating in schools and seeking to transfer a positive message. I believe a balancing act can be found, and all stakeholders, whether the church or the captains of popular culture, can have a powerful and influential part to play in the future transformation of Jamaican society. I see myself as a church man, sir, believe it or not. And also, I'm a supporter of the music. And I make the comments in that context. But I believe if we are actually honest with ourselves, our entertainers, our artists, have a far greater chance of positively reaching the minds of the younger cohort. And certainly they should be facilitated if, in fact, the messaging is positive. It is in that context, sir, that I welcome word that our Education Minister, Dr. the Honorable Dana Morris Dixon, facilitated by the Honorable Oliver Grange, our Culture Minister, had a meeting with the spies towards discussing the way forward. I'm optimistic that a positive understanding may be arrived at. But that said, I don't intend to focus on that issue much today, because I will be discussing today 4 topics that, when the various studies are done, they occupy the minds and the concerns of the Jamaican people. You have the matter of cost of living, housing, corruption, and national security. I'll be speaking to those today. But before I do so, I have the honor of addressing the 2024-2025 State of the Nation debate at an important juncture for the future of our country. This address, sir, comes at a time when the administration is moving to pursue the goal of making Jamaica into a republic. I fully support this move. And I'm aware that to be successful, this move has to have the support of the opposition. I wish to point out that I strongly believe the reformation of Jamaica's constitutional arrangement is best pursued on a phased basis. And I hear the pejorative word piecemeal being tossed about. I believe the issues are so weighty, sir, that there's a greater chance of success when we pursue this endeavor on a phased basis. There is nothing pejorative or unprincipled about a phased approach to constitutional reform. Therefore, I find it very unfortunate the stance of the opposition not to support passage of the bill to depose of the UK-based monarchy as head of state if the weighty issue of Jamaica's final court is not settled at the same time. I believe that stance is unproductive and unfortunate. As a matter of fact, I believe equally puerile is the unfortunate move of the opposition to, I hear the opposition leader describing it as pause their participation in the Joint Select Committee of the CRC. I find it very, very unfortunate. There's a view among some in Jamaica that Jamaicans don't care about the issue of our head of state, whether it's a Jamaican or a UK national. I tend to disagree. I believe there are significant cohorts of the population which do care about our identity as a country. And therefore, in this a year of crucial decision-making, I encourage the people of Jamaica to take note of the stance taken by the opposition leader, an individual who not too long ago, said he had to pray and agonize about whether he wanted to give up his own personal allegiance to the UK, that his stance is further delaying the national goal, the process of having a Jamaican as head of state. I find it quite offensive to the sensibilities of us Jamaicans, that an individual who not too long ago said he had to pray and agonize about whether he wanted to give up his own personal allegiance to His Majesty King Charles, that his stance is delaying pursuit and achievement of this important national goal, which is crucial to our identity as a people. I therefore urge the people of Jamaica, those who care about defining our national identity as a people, to ensure that the opposition leader and the institution that he leads face a political consequence for their important stance, for their unfortunate stance, which has delayed a process which I believe is very crucial to our identity as a people. You would never be able to tell, sir, based on the doom and gloom presentation of the opposition Senate leader last week, but we addressed the state of the nation debate at a time when business and consumer confidence are on the increase. And the rate of poverty, which was at approximately 21% when the administration of Prime Minister Andrew Holness came to office, has declined or is projected to decline to near 12% when the next evaluation is published. Much to be done, sir, but it is clear that the intentional policies of the current administration is working towards easing the burden on the poor and dispossessed. This address also comes at a time when many countries across the globe are grappling with spiraling inflation, which touch and concern the issue of cost of living. But the administration has been able to keep the inflation rate at between 4% and 6%. There's no doubt, sir, that as far as inflation is concerned, Jamaica under this administration is moving in the right direction. This State of the Nation address also comes at a time when many of our prominent regional partners who have more natural resources than us are facing double-digit increases in murders and violent crime for 2024. But again, thankfully, due to the intentional and deliberate policies of the government of Prime Minister Andrew Holness, coupled with the hard work of the men and women of the security forces, during the year 2024, murders declined by approximately 19%, and violent crimes have decreased by 14%. Much work to be done, sir, concerning the fight against crime, but it is important to note that steady gains are being made. As we contemplate the state of the nation, another barometer we are to assess is the opportunities made available to people to provide for themselves. And this administration has been intentionally taking deliberate steps to improve the purchasing power of Jamaicans. And I readily accept there's much more to be done. But it must be acknowledged, it is no small feat that under this administration, unemployment is at a record low, well below 4%, coming from a high of 13.5% when the PNP administration was in office. Put simply, sir, more people have jobs, more people have the opportunity to put bread on their tables under the government of Andrew Holness than at any time in Jamaica's history. So I said to my fellow Jamaicans, I know that there are many issues to be addressed, but I genuinely believe when we assess the key indicators which tell us how our society is doing, crime, inflation, employment levels, among others, there is no doubt that Jamaica is moving in the right direction. And it is important that this trend continues, because the trend continuing means that even if there's an individual or many individuals who have not benefited, that there's a greater chance, there's a greater likelihood of them benefiting if there's continuity in the complexion of, or the nature of the political directorate which has charge of the country. And this is so because you have an administration that has not only been able to keep the economy stable, but an administration that is fiercely committed to ensuring that as many people across Jamaica benefit from the gains of a stable economy. And we should make a few quick comments on the matter of crime and violence and national security. You know, there are philosophers, for example, Emile Durkheim, a French philosopher, and Karl Marx, a German, who they differed in terms of what they posited, but they were agreed on the fact that deviance is a necessary part of society. I won't debate that much today. Suffice to say, the fact of the matter is, I think we can all agree that one life lost to violent crime is one too many. And certainly over 1,000 murders in a country as small, an island as small as Jamaica, small meaning geographically. Too many, way too many. I can certainly recall, sir, in 1997, under the administration of Percival Patterson, when murders for the first time breached the dreaded 1,000 mark in terms of persons murdered per calendar year. But that said, and that context laid, when gains are made, they must be fairly and honestly acknowledged. And it is in that context that I wish to commend the National Security Minister, Dr. Horace Chang, and the Police Commissioner, Dr. Kevin Blake, and the hard-working men and women of the JDF, and importantly, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, on the double-digit decline in murders and violent crime. I am confident, sir, given the intentional policies of the Prime Minister and Dr. Chan, and how particular they have been about making unprecedented investments in national security, in the area of border protection, building the intelligence capabilities of the security forces, upgrading the technology that the police have available, that Jamaica, no pun intended, has a good shot at a further significant decline in violent crimes this year. It is important that all stakeholders assist the police and the administration in securing or achieving this important objective, even as we do not shirk away from the fact that it is the administration of the day that is to take the lead in terms of making the nation safe and secure. That said, sir, concerning the crime fight, I have been disappointed with the comments in the public domain, in particular coming from the opposition, on the matter of violent crime. A suggestion has been made that the policymakers deserve no real credit for the decline in murders, and that the statistics which show a major decline might not be dependable or reliable. I believe that posture adopted by the opposition spokesman on national security is not appropriate. And I'm happy I have
let's go on to the Kevin.
Shameful,
yeah, man, yeah.
And unbecoming. Imagine, sir, the method used to tabulate crime statistics over the years, when murders increased from approximately 414 in 1989, 1990, and went to 1,670 odd in 2005. That method has not changed. It is the same method used when murders under the watch of the erstwhile Security Minister and former MP for Central Manchester, cumulatively went up by 6%. It's the same method used now to tabulate the statistics, which show a decline in violent crime by 14% and 19% as far as murders is concerned. So to now question the process of tabulation, I believe is not only hypocritical, but it shows wanton disregard for the hard-working efforts of the men and women of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. And you know, sir, the move by the opposition spokesman and his surrogates to call into question and discredit the decline and the statistics, I believe is of great embarrassment to the opposition when we consider that the comments have come from an opposition spokesman who, when he was Security Minister and murder spiraled, he appeared on the verge of weeping and he begged for divine intervention. And he said, despite the best efforts of the administration of which he was a part, he said, despite the best efforts of the administration of which he was a part, the gains were, the way he mumbled it, so I could barely hear. He said the gains were low and slow. That's what the then Security Minister said. So I said to the people of Jamaica, much more to be done. This administration, however, has begun to obtain positive outcomes in moving to create a safer society. And we should remember the past and reject efforts by the opposition to get us to go back to an era of weak leadership when they had the opportunity to lead on the fight against crime. They were weak and indecisive when the lives of Jamaicans were plundered. They sobbed and begged and sent an unfortunate message to criminal elements. We cannot afford to go back to such weak and jellyback leadership as far as the fight against crime and violence is concerned. Can't afford to go back, sir. Another thing I find unfortunate, sir, is the move by the opposition spokesman to discredit the efficacy of states of public emergency. The fact of the matter is that in the vast majority of divisions, they have been declared. There has been a decline in violent crime and murder. Quite frankly, when the opposition spokesman suggests that states of public emergency do not work, he's not speaking the truth. The data does not support that assertion. And it's not just about saturation policing. The SOE or the SOPEs, as some allude to them, present the opportunity to the security forces to take violent criminals outside of the space, and they increase the opportunity or the likelihood of members of the community cooperating that solid cases may be built. The suggestion by the opposition spokesman that states of public emergencies do not work is disingenuous and should not be believed. Opposition spokesman, sir, should understand that while he's entitled to his own opinion, he's not entitled to his own facts. And we will call out misinformation for what it is. Sir, if I should I would credit him for being consistent, because I recall when I was in media, and Senator Sinclair would recall a series of savage murders occurred in St. James, and gunmen were trading bullets in the town center. I had asked the then Security Minister about the possibility of a SOE, and he dismissed it. Suffice to say, this administration came to office and had the can I say, the balls, had the balls to put in place states of public emergency. And there were 200 fewer murders compared to a year when states of public emergency were not used. I should say we had the guts. We had the guts.
Sir, 1 minute, Senator Fitzhenley. Senator Brown.
I believe the standing order requires us to use language that are not offensive.
Me, you tell that?
Yes, you are, I'm telling that.
Thank you.
And I believe the use of a word, 5-letter word beginning with B by the member. And having regard for the little angels you just welcomed to the chamber was inappropriate. And maybe the member would wish to
Not repeat it. And not repeat it. Thank you. Senator, continue, please.
Thank you, sir. In this, a year of important decision making, I invite the people of Jamaica to recognize that a fundamental difference between this administration and the opposition is that we are prepared to lawfully utilize all the tools in the box of crime fighting in order to achieve a highly important objective: to save Jamaican lives, to preserve the ultimate constitutional right of Jamaicans, the right to life. The final point I'll make on the matter of violent crime and murders included is that the statistics over the years paint an interesting picture. Let's go back as far as 1972, because to assess the state of the nation, sometimes you have to recall where you are coming from. When the Manley administration came to power, they inherited a year when 145 Jamaicans were killed in the former calendar year. When that administration left office, 889 Jamaicans murdered in their final year, a massive 449% increase. The current the JLP administration came to office, inherited a calendar year where 889 Jamaicans were killed, and left it at 414. Still too many, but a massive 58% reduction in murders. The Patterson administration came to power, 1989 to 2007. In their final year, 1,584 Jamaicans cut down, murdered. The Jamaica Labour Party administration came back to office, having inherited a rate of 1,584 in the previous calendar year, and left it at 1,000, a 29% decline. The member has exited the chamber, but enter Peter Bunting as Security Minister, inherited a year of 1,130 Jamaicans murdered, left it at 1,208 in 2015, a 6% increase. Now, I know some people do not like when you allude to statistics when murders are concerned, because the truth of the matter, sir, is that every life counts, and one person cut down to violent crime is one too many. However, the use of these statistics, the use of this data is not to discount that fact, but to make a powerful point that the data suggests that murders decline during a term of the Jamaica Labour Party administration. And when the PNP is in power, there is an increase in murders. As we assess the current state of the nation, I believe that's a very important fact for the people of Jamaica to consider. I wish to make a few comments on the matter of housing in Jamaica. The opposition spokesman on housing spoke about the portfolio, and he suggested that the current administration has been underperforming in the area of housing compared to what transpired when the former administration was in office. So again, I wish to interrogate the data. I won't proffer opinion. I will put forward the data. Between 2016, sir, and 2024, that's the consecutive terms of the current administration, the National Housing Trust started building 27,901 housing solutions. During that phase, 20,805 were completed. That's between 2016 and 2024. Over 62,900 mortgages were created during that phase. In fact, I'm advised, sir, that's an unprecedented number of houses built during consecutive terms of any administration in Jamaica. But let us break it down a bit further. Between 2012 and 2016, the last term of the PNP administration, when under 12,400 housing solutions were built, about 46 fewer. But during the current term of the administration, between 2020 to the end of 2024, the National Housing Trust, which operates under the auspices of the Office of the Prime Minister, under the leadership of Dr. Holness, has completed the building of 14,136 housing solutions. The fact is, sir, during the current term, this administration, via the National Housing Trust, has built approximately 2,000 more housing solutions when compared to the last term of the PNP administration. So, the opposition spokesman on housing suggested that this administration has been underperforming compared to what came before. He's not speaking the truth. In fact, misled the Parliament of Jamaica, and the data shows that what he intimated to the Parliament is false. But, sir, I believe it's important to correct the record of the Parliament, even as we acknowledge that there is much, much more to be done. We aspire to build more houses for the people of Jamaica, and indeed, we will get it done.
Yes, sir.
The issue of housing should ideally be addressed outside the realm of partisan political sparring, which unfortunately the opposition introduced to the debate. The opposition spokesman's move as well to disparage the new social housing program, which has delivered over 280 houses and benefited almost 1,000 Jamaicans who were in dire need, I find unbecoming and unfortunate. I truly believe, sir, and I've been around the country, and I see the joy, not just among the people who are directly benefiting from the social housing, but the entire community is happy for the individuals. I truly believe that this new social housing program will be remembered by Jamaicans as one of the most impactful programs put in place by our visionary Prime Minister, who did not benefit from any sweetheart deals, sir. Came from humble beginnings, lived in a board house, and is committed to ensuring that as many Jamaicans as possible have the opportunity to enhance their standard of living.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
On the matter of housing, I must add, though, that I am 451 million of taxpayers' monies and putting into the pockets of their PNP program.
Expired.
Yeah, oh, Jesus, boy, that this good. But
Yeah, more to come. Yeah, more to
that
come.
me I say, go and play, man. Me I listen. Yes, man, we are listen, man. We have all night to listen to good things, man. Go on. Make the Jamaican people them who know hear it like myself hear it.
Sufficient to complete his post-truth exposition. Question is for the time to be extended so that the speaker may conclude his presentation. Those in favor? Those against? The ayes have it. Continue.
I understand the discomfort. I understand, but you know, I know the description of my submission so far, but there's a quote I'll read into the record soon that the member might find very interesting regarding his posture. But not yet. Not yet. I'll get there. Regarding Operation Pride, sir, the Jamaica Gleaner recalls it well. Operation Pride, the newspaper says, was launched by the then Patterson administration as a scheme to provide low and middle income housing solutions for Jamaicans. But questions about the expenditure led to the resignation of the then housing minister, Dr. Carl Blythe, and the subsequent action was taken against some PNP activists. An analysis of all the Operation Pride projects disclosed that over $2 billion of taxpayers' monies were squandered. End of quote. Over $2 billion, sir, intended to build houses for Jamaicans, were squandered and pilfered under the administration of the PNP. That, sir, is the legacy of the PNP when it comes on to housing in Jamaica. And no effort by the opposition spokesman to adjust the spectacles of history will hide that fact. The fact of the matter is that this administration, the administration of Prime Minister Andrew Holness, is strong on this issue, that the People's Housing Program should not be mired in corruption. Not a dollar of the people's housing money must be squandered to corruption or used to buffer the pockets of criminal elements. The opposition spokesman during his contribution to the debate, sir, commented on the matter of a senior official of the UDC who has given yeoman service to this country. And he called for him to step aside as the chairman of the UDC, following what building experts describe as minor variations from a permit regarding a property in Beverly Hills. So anybody who knows anything about development and housing will indicate to you that invariably there are variations in processes when these developments are pursued. Well, variations in the permit, I should say, when these developments are pursued, and there are processes to bring this to heel. But I was disappointed to hear absolute silence from the opposition spokesman on housing, Floyd Morris, when it was disclosed that a company owned by a member of his political party, a councillor, put up a building despite having absolutely no permit, and that building had approximately 4 stories, despite the application saying they had intended to build only 2. The silence, Senator Brown, the silence of the opposition spokesman on housing on this matter, and he's not in the chamber, because I had intended to tell him to his face. But his silence on that matter compared to his posture concerning the minor variation brings into question his credibility. Indeed, I believe his credibility to speak on matters of housing has been damaged by ostensible hypocrisy and inconsistency. And it is indeed he who should consider his future as a spokesman on that portfolio area. I should make a few comments on the matter of the Jamaican economy. Because again, when you listen to when we listen to the opposition spokesman on security, Adam Burch, on matters concerning the Jamaican economy and by how much is expanding, people who aren't following the figures, the data, may come away with the impression that his side of the political fence has a stellar track record of causing the Jamaican economy to expand. And I won't go back as far as the 1990s, but I had a glance at the economic data, 2012 to 2015. 2012, under the former administration, negative 0.6% expansion. 2013, 0.5%. 2014, 0.7%. 2015, 0.9%. An average of just under just over 0.29% when the PNP administration had a chance to manage the economic affairs of Jamaica. Let's compare that to 2016. Expansion of 1.4%, 2017, 1%, 2018, 1.9%, 2019, 0.9%, an average expansion of 1.4% when the Jamaica Labour Party administration came to office. It was a year of COVID-19, which would be unfair to include in the data, negative 9.9% expansion, but the economy rebounded so impressively that by the year 2021, it was a 4.6% expansion. In 2022, 5.2%. The following year, 2.2%. And 2024, just under 1.4%. The administration of Prime Minister Holness has a more credible track record of causing the Jamaican economy to expand compared to anything the PNP has offered in the past.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Spinning or misinterpretation of data will cause this truth not to be spoken into the record. I wish to make a few comments on the matter of the economy, which is stable. NIR is doing well. Inflation under control. Tax revenue is performing satisfactorily. And the administration has achieved over 10 consecutive quarters of positive expansion in the Jamaican economy. The submissions by Senator Bunting sought to minimize the impact of COVID-19 and weather events, including Hurricane Beryl. But look, I am confident that the core macroeconomic indicators are trending in the right direction, that key industries, including agriculture, are bouncing back. Tourism continues to do well, and there are new and emerging industries. I'm confident that not too long from now, the Jamaican economy will no doubt return to a path of positive expansion. And I say to all stakeholders, they can be confident this will transpire not too long from now. And when we contemplate the future trajectory of the Jamaican economy and ponder upon the current state of the nation, it's important to recall what we should not go back to. As a young legislator who carefully took note of the FinSAC era of the 1990s and the 2000s and the impact it had on this country, setting our country back by decades, I'm compelled to indicate that we can't go back to that era of iniquitous policies that devastated the savings of many Jamaicans. Wicked high interest rate policies of the former PNP administration. Thousands upon thousands of Jamaicans were hurt. Their lives were shattered, but the policies enumerated to the benefit of a few who were connected to the PNP, including a company owned by Peter Bunting and Mark Golding, which was investigated by an anti-corruption agency, the Office of the Contractor General, in what was known as the infamous Sweetheart Deal probe, and found to have benefited from millions of dollars of contracts involving public funds via processes which the Office of the Contractor General referred to as irregular and improper, and achieved via a potential corruption-enabling mechanism intended to benefit political cronies. The Office of the Contractor General said the company owned by Peter Bunting and Mark Golding benefited from US multi-million-dollar contracts involving public funds. And the OCG, the then anti-corruption agency, described the deals as irregular and highly improper and achieved via potential corruption-enabling mechanism intended to benefit political cronies. My point is simple. It is not complicated. As we contemplate the current state of the nation, sir, it would not be good to entrust the future direction of Jamaica in the hands of individuals who benefited from these iniquitous policies that hurt the lives of thousands upon thousands of Jamaicans. And I am not the only one who is of the view that the country should not be entrusted to the leadership of the current opposition. Because I'm going to read a quotation into the record, sir. I'm going to drink some water before I read this one. Yeah, man. I'm going to button my jacket as well. I am not the only one who is of this view that the country should not be entrusted into the hands of the current makeup of the leadership of the opposition. As supporting evidence, I read this quotation into the record. Quote, "You cannot dispose of your integrity. Integrity is something you have whether you are being observed or not." He launched his campaign on a platform of integrity, and he has abandoned it. He has abandoned it for political expediency. That disqualifies him from leading the party, and it disqualifies him from leading this great country. End of quote. Those, sir, are the words of Opposition Senator Donna Scott Motley. Words uttered a few years ago concerning the individual who she happens to sit beside, the opposition Senate leader, when he was mounting a campaign to lead the PNP. Yes, this disqualifies him from leading the party, and disqualifies him from leading this great country. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but I concur with the words uttered then by Senator Scott Motley. There's a saying in Jamaica, sir, if a sea creature goes to the bottom of the ocean and tell you say deep, you better believe him. I put it to you, sir. I put it to you, sir. Even by the submissions of their very own, the current leadership of the opposition is not qualified to lead Jamaica. And sometimes younger folks listen to us speaking in the parliament. Sometimes younger folks, sir, listen to us speaking and say, boy, I wonder if Fitzhenley is making a big deal about what transpired before and cautioning that we can't afford to go back to that era of governance. A former PNP cabinet minister described the FinSAC era as the greatest transfer of resources from the poor to those who are well off since slavery was abolished. Well, I will go one better in assisting Jamaicans to understand the kind of leadership that is on offer from the opposition and what transpired then and what we can't go back to. I will read into the record now a quote by a current member of the PNP shadow cabinet who lamented that era of PNP governance by saying, quote, like the majority of Jamaicans, I'm tired of an administration that has grown tired. I'm tired of the murder rate. I am tired of corruption. I'm tired of unemployment and nepotism. That, sir, is how a newspaper publication quoted now opposition Senator Lambert Brown as describing
Yes, sir.
the former PNP administration. The title of the article said, Brown comes out swinging against the PNP. The state of the nation, sir, is such that the opposition has not shown that it has grown from that era, which Senator Brown rightly described as characterized by corruption, high murder rate, and nepotism. And they have shown that they don't have a grasp of how to operate an economy in a way that enumerates the benefit of Jamaicans. Even by the words of their own, sir, the current opposition cannot be trusted with governing Jamaica. Even by their own words.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't have much further to go, sir, but before I call time on my contribution, I must comment on the matter of corruption. I want to make some quick comments, Senator Brown, on the matter of corruption. Yes. Corruption is a matter the world over that does not identify by a unique political color. Both from a moral standpoint and a viewpoint of a country's economic well-being, it is important that the scourge be addressed and addressed strongly. I believe we can all agree on this fact. That's why this administration has moved to pass the MOCA Act and the Integrity Commission law. And we have given massive allocations on a yearly basis to support the funding of these agencies. There have been varying views concerning the efficacy of the Integrity Commission, which I won't go into today, including comments by the current opposition when it accused the Commission of being selective and entering into documents, tables into the Parliament, or causes to be tabled in the Parliament, material which is consistent with the picture it wants to paint and leaving out other material. It shouldn't be forgotten that the opposition leader, the current opposition leader, proffered that criticism of the Commission. So, let me just leave that for now. However, I'm concerned, sir, about constant information surfacing that suggests malfeasance at municipal corporations across the country. And I'm calling for deliberate efforts to be made to ensure the enhancement of checks and balances across these corporations, which have been in the news for the wrong reasons. We must ensure that we take another look at the systems which are supposed to ensure transparency and stop those who intend to pilfer public funds. The Manchester Municipal Corporation $400 million scandal comes to mind, where several were convicted. So to the illegal building saga and the hush money scandal dogging the opposition, word is abound as well that inquiries are being made about the use of $70 million by the current administration of the St. Mary Municipal Corporation. We have had allegations in the past of cronyism and nepotism at the Hanover Parish Council. And not too long ago, there was a MOCA raid into approximately $1 billion being fleeced from the corporation, which was led for many years, which is led and has been led for many years by Mayor Norman Scott. And instead of attempting to introduce some jocularity into the argument, I invite my opposition colleagues to contemplate that all these corporations are led by the PNP. I honestly believe, sir, that the opposition should take note of this fact and do some soul searching. I also urge the people of Jamaica to take note, because the question must be asked, sir. If we cannot trust the opposition with managing the affairs of the municipal corporations in a transparent manner and to deal honorably with public funds, how can we ever trust them with managing the affairs of central government? I believe as we contemplate the current state of the nation, sir, the answer is simple. They cannot be trusted.
Can't be trusted.
On the matter of corruption, sir, I take note of a publication in the media where the General Secretary of the opposition party, the de facto CEO of the opposition party, was asked by a caretaker about why some PNP leaders in various divisions and constituencies got more funds compared to other PNP constituencies. And this is what the de facto CEO of the PNP said in response to questions about the use of KSAC resources. The question was direct. I can tell you why that happened. That's because they, in a clear reference to the KSAMC, put more money in the two divisions where we are going to have by-elections. So you're going to have a by-election in Chancery Hall and Denham Town. So they put more money in the divisions that we're going to have the by-elections. Can you imagine that, sir? The General Secretary of the opposition party was asked about why the KSAMC allocated more resources in cash to some caretakers and MPs as opposed to other caretakers and MPs from the opposition party. And as opposed to saying, no, the KSAC is not in that business of giving monies or cash to caretakers, the CEO of the opposition party, which aspires to lead Jamaica, said, I can tell you why that happened. That's because they put more money in divisions where we are going to have by-elections. Can you imagine
Yes, sir.
that?
Yes, sir.
And we're told as well in the media of conversations between a former councillor who now serves as an administrative staffer to Kingston's mayor, where the admin staffer told the caretaker, come collect cash, and commented, note well, the public should not know about this. Why? Why? No, Mr. President, you are a well-known exponent of the criminal law. In fact, I'd say you are among the leading exponents of the criminal law in Jamaica. And you would very well know, sir, that that sort of treatment of public funds is unlawful and corrupt. In fact, this scandal which has hit the PNP Secretariat and the leadership of the KSAMC is not just corruption, sir. It is institutionalized, organized crime which entire Jamaica must condemn. Now, I'm heartened by word that a formal investigation is underway, but the General Secretary of the opposition party happens to be a member of an illustrious institution, which is very important to the good functioning of the democratic processes in Jamaica, the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, where he incidentally would serve as an ombudsman. I believe, sir, that it would be appropriate for Dr. Dayton Campbell to resign as a commissioner of the Electoral Commission of Jamaica.
Yes, Jamaica.
The corruption scandal in which he's deeply mired. I believe it would be appropriate for him to, without further delay, tender his resignation as a commissioner of the Electoral Commission of Jamaica. And you know, sir, I see the KSAMC leadership has put out a statement saying no public funds were expended and the funds that were expended were not expended in a partisan manner. That statement is not worth the paper it is written on. And I'll tell you why. Even by the admission of the CEO of the PNP, the General Secretary, he indicated that the funds were used strategically when he was asked about KSAMC resources, KSAMC cash. He indicated the funds were dispersed strategically, yes, in order to position ahead of the calling of a by-election. So the suggestion by His Worship the Mayor, Andrew Swaby, that there was no partisan disbursement of funds, of cash by the KSAMC, I believe is untrue and is an insult to the intelligence of the people of Jamaica. I wish to comment, sir, on two more matters pretty quickly before I close, because I'm aware that there are sections of the Jamaican population which are searching for a difference in the posture and the policies of the current administration and the current opposition. It is likely to be a the members formed the opposition, which has a track record of imposing billions of dollars of taxes on the people of Jamaica. In the last term, the PNP imposed 60 billion in taxes on the backs of the people of Jamaica. And again, when we highlight these things, the opposition spokesman has a way of saying, that's the opposition spokesman security. Look how long ago that. Yes, look how long ago. 2012 to 2016, 60 billion in taxes imposed by the then PNP on the people of Jamaica. Well, I'll put it to you, sir. If you listen carefully to the utterances of the members of the shadow cabinet, it is clear that the PNP's philosophy of taxing Jamaicans has not changed under the leadership of Mark Golding. Not too long ago, the opposition spokesman on education suggested a special increase in GCT. Of course, that would dip into the salaries of Jamaicans. Via their two prominent spokespersons to increase taxes on the people of Jamaica should they have the opportunity to do so. I have vowed during my political career to always take positions which are in defense of the interest of the poor and dispossessed. I wish to say to the opposition spokesman and the Mark Golding-led PNP, this idea of additional taxes on the backs of the people, forget it. The PNP during the last term imposed 60 billion in taxes on the people of Jamaica. And quite frankly, sir, this talk from the PNP about new taxes, this fixation with taxation has doubled my resolve to work hard to ensure that the PNP does not again get the chance to pursue policies which not only stifle the local business sector, but are tantamount to them again seeking to put them foot on the neck of poor people in Jamaica. I say to the opposition, we, the people of Jamaica, will not allow you to, via your fixation with taxation, send up food prices. Little did we know that when the opposition speaks about time comes, sir, they were saying time comes for new taxes, time comes for taxes on GCT, etc. It is clear, sir, that the current opposition does not understand that it takes creativity and people-centered thinking to get an economy moving in the right direction. This is a concept fully understood by the government of Prime Minister Andrew Holness. And as I close, the national dialogue on the current state of the nation is such that I feel compelled to make this point. The government of Prime Minister Andrew Holness is not just a macroeconomic stability administration. We put the interests of the people first, and we have demonstrated that we have the skill set to put in place policies which benefit the people of Jamaica. It is this administration that cut income tax twice. We have increased pensions. We have more than doubled the minimum wage from the abysmal 6,500 it was under the PNP. And we have made strides in taking scores of Jamaicans off contract work, giving them permanent employment with additional benefits, thereby improving their standard of living and job security. We have cut JUTC fares. The administration via the PATH program has increased support to the most vulnerable in society by over 30%. We have disbanded tuition fees for critical hard trust programs because we believe in giving people a chance to obtain a skill and step up in a life. This administration has made unprecedented investment in making communities safe and enhancing working conditions and service delivery in the medical care system. And we have not too long ago given back $20,000 to thousands of Jamaicans by the income tax rebate initiative. And I can confidently say, sir, there's much more to come, not because I have any intel about plans to be announced, but because I know that our Prime Minister and this administration he leads understands that at the core of our mandate is to continue to put in place a range of policies which make better the lives of the Jamaican people.
Yes, sir.
President, I am a strong believer in the courage and determination and talents of the people of Jamaica. I keep alluding to it. A former prominent public official once said, "There's nothing wrong about Jamaica that cannot be fixed, about that which is good and right about our blessed island." He's right. And even as we confront the challenges of our time, I'm confident that Jamaica, under the leadership of Prime Minister Andrew Michael Holness, will continue to make steady gains in the interests of the people of Jamaica, land we love.
Yes,
President,
sir.
thank you, sir. God bless you.
Yes,
And may
sir.
God continue to bless Jamaica, land we love.
Yes, sir.
Boy, Kevin, boy, that was good. That was great, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
I know Jamaican people who never listen it now. I mean, I show you, you know. You see the behavior of the PNP, all in the parliament, them carry them dirty behavior go. The man attack. And because them don't want the man talk, them attack over him. All in the parliament, them dirty laundry there. You see what them behave?
Yeah? One year I want a bunting. Why 1 year I want a name?
Lambert.
Lambert.
They know him, the man just attack. The man said if him own admission, ball out, someone can't take them no more. Yeah? And you see it? When people hear the PMP talk, these people are no good for Jamaica. They are destruction. And he could have never said better than how it said today.
You really put it to them, though. You really give it to them, boy. He put it out, man. He murder them to them, boy.
Open discussion, so I'm tell you, though. The man give them some hope or cut.
Yes, man. Yes,
man. Say me why you listen to yourself, because I couldn't explain it to you, so you may have to make you listen to yourself. And get the,
you can't send it, come give me.
If you go on JS, if you go on JS, you will see it.
Go on JS. All right, me fine. Because me always like put my head in them. Me go listen it again, man. Yes, man.
Yeah, man, jab them open discussion, man.
Yes, man.
Some left hook, some right hook.
Yeah, man.
Yo, yeah, man.
Asking for the resignation after Mr. Campbell. No, we not ask. Yeah?
He says sitting of the Senate, January 31st, 2005. You will find it. You will find it on YouTube or no?
Yeah, man. Me go find it, man. Me find it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I tell you,
but somebody did talk about it, and that is so good. It not fly. We not make it rest. We're not gonna make it rest.
The man chopped them up in pieces a while ago, boy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't touch Bunting ball out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, a man walk out. Yes, walk out.
Them same walk out? Who Bunting?
Yeah, Bunting walk out at that time and he come back.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Couldn't take the heat. That reached them, man. The people them evil, man. Evil to the Jamaican people, them, man. Evil to the Jamaican people, them. Yeah?
Well, he touched me, walk out and come back into it. You know, so wait, what is what name? What the other minister in Deport did not come back?
Which one?
One Shined one. They forgot what name.
How we Shined one that? How we Shined one that? I forgot.
I remember what name. You know, you have Lambert Brown and one next one.
Lambert Brown are the big cockeye one, man. The big one that look like a roller with roll road, man.
Yeah, our next one, man. The one next Shined one, they were always a talk up. You know. So you got a wife name, you know.
I'm going to find out who that.
You know, come back in the parliament at all in Deport.
Yeah.
For the first thing show upon him in Deport.
He step out. Yeah. Yeah. All them things they are disgrace. You in a parliament for the people and work and you walk out for the people and work where we pay for do and you walk out. True, you can't take what you do. When it reach you can't take it, you walk out.
Yes, brother.
Yeah, my brother, I appreciate listening to it because me never even know say them they convene to them. Me never even know say in parliament I go on, trust me. But me I tell you when me hear a while ago, man. And that man need to resign and not a joke thing. We not take this thing serious. We not take it like it's not serious. It's very serious. Yeah?
Very serious. Yeah,
Yeah, man, people ball for it and Campbell for go, man. Because, you know, why am I do this so? You're not supposed to do this so either.
Good evening.
Yes, Ellis. There, you hear this?
How do Barnswell? How do Barnswell? Why Barnswell a cause chaos in the down there, so? What do him?
Low life, man.
When are the house got thief?
PMP low life, man. I said the whole of them behave, man.
The fight are going today?
Yeah. How about the Barneswell?
So them behave, man.
But they can't ask him why not where did they want to go thief? But they can ask him.
Mr. TV and TV box, you know.